In this demo, our assumed user is an Agile team member from Wells Fargo. User wants to create a test scenario to test that he can search for credit cards with zero interest rate, able to pick the credit card with longest free interest period and clicks on the Learn button to go to card details page. In the card details page, user would add run test assertions for presence of cell phone protection, zero liability protection and roadside dispatch. Let's get started. User enables TS360 browser extension and enters name for his project and then clicks on Submit button. He then starts capturing elements to be used for this test. When he clicks on an element with tooltip on, the XPath is captured by TS360 browser extension and shown inside panel. Please also note that user can right-click on element to capture the XPath. This is useful in this case as the credit card overlay goes away if user moves his mouse. User clicks on Save Selected button to save the XPath in his browser's local storage. Once done with elements, user refreshes the page either by clicking on a button or by simply clicking the browser refresh icon. In this case, as he wants to logically progress to next screen, so he clicks on View All Credit Cards button to refresh the page. Once page is refreshed, user is shown a prompt to load the display page where he can specify his page level workflow. Next, user defines his page name and specifies his return type, which is his landing screen. Then he saves his first page method. User now specifies the steps, also called component methods, required to perform the page workflow. The steps are predefined by TS360 and covers extensive range of scenarios in real use case. We are continuously adding more steps based on customer feedback. Next, user clicks on a Create button to save his page method and clicks on Exit button to close display page. Similarly, he generates display page for Wells Fargo credit card screen. Here user is interested in finding the credit cards with zero interest. Then the user generates display page for Wells Fargo zero interest card screen. Here user updates his search result to find flexible rates and selects his hotel. Please note the use of scrolling to bring elements into view and wait time to allow page to load. Here we use the click if method where user clicks on Learn More button only if the other page method returns true value. Finally, he creates the display page for Wells Fargo selected card screen by defining his assertion methods. While creating assertion method, user specifies his return type as Boolean as he doesn't want to further navigate, but just want to expect a true or false response. Now user is ready to create his workflow. So, he clicks on Create Workflow and confirms. Please note that you can directly click on this button from the last display page after clicking Create. Or you can exit the display page and reload the screen to come back to the display page and click on Create Workflow button therein. In the workflow screen, user specifies his starting screen and then specifies his interpage workflow by linking the page methods. Every time user selects a page method for a display page, he gets a modal to enter source for his parameter value if there is one. Otherwise, he is just shown a text that no parameter is required for the page method. User can create multiple workflows. Now user creates a test suite, links it with a requirement ID, and selects his verification screen. Workflow method name is auto-generated by TS360, and once user selects the workflow method, the assertion methods available for selected verification screen is shown in the drop-down. In this case, user selects all 3 assertion methods. User can create multiple test suites for a given project. Then he saves his test suite's data and opens his test execution configuration page. User can create multiple test cases for a given test suite. In the test execution page, user selects the test suite to run. You would see user can also select SIT or a DVT for a particular test suite. SIT stands for System Integration Test and DVT stands for Design Validation, in other words User Acceptance Tests. When user selects one of these, say SIT, only the test cases within a given test suite that are tagged with SIT would be executed. For this demo, we assume all tests are SIT. Then all user does is click on Run Tests and relax when we run the tests and generate report. The test would be triggered in user's local device, which would have the necessary test bed deployed when user purchases and installs our product. The test is now over. Let's see the test execution report. User see the test report in his documents/test automation/app automation/test output/PDF report folder. The logo in the top left is customizable as per customer's own logo. Hope you enjoyed the demo. Check out TS360.com demo video for more such demos.